So this is a pretty good time for me to lean into one of my strengths. Like a lot of my professional career and my education path for a long time was in the realm of like mental health. I have a pretty strong component of behavioral training as well. Some focus on cognitive behavior therapy, various other types of supports, lots of different trainings and how to help people and how to help people help themselves. I say that to say this. I really want people to lean into whatever forms of self-care for their physical health, for their mental health, and to lean in and support others when you have the capacity to do so. Whenever possible, do your best to even connect with people that you might have disagreements with. Like, if you guys can have a shared moment where maybe you're just focusing on something else, some other thing you guys can collaborate on, like, you know, talk about something like, you know, there are people in our community that you noticed after talking with them that it seems like they're going to be struggling now, and they're going to be struggling more. So maybe work together on some kind of plan to help them in the short term, midterm, long term. Plan to go to your city council meetings. If you're maybe considering running for office or help somebody who's like planning on running in the local office, get it. Like, if you have something that you do for self-care, please make it a point to plan to do that stuff more. We are in a very difficult time right now because, let's face it, we have fascism in America. Our government is a fascist government. We still have our Constitution, but it's being undermined at nearly every turn. We have a government that is engaged in lawlessness. They're engaged in violence against us. They're claiming that an entire party of people and population is somehow violent, even though we're just resisting the violence that has been coming our way for the last 8 months. Kidnappings, taking people to third countries, violating their rights, violating their constitutional rights, violating the law, violating international law, cutting benefits, destroying our administrative state, and engaging in targeted harassment of people that dissent, that speak out. We have to continue to speak out, and we need to continue to engage in acts of nonviolent resistance. The only way we keep our rights is to continue to invoke our rights. I say that to say this: doing things that help you remember that you're a part of your community, that you are a part of change when you feel like you're helpless, is what we do that helps. We are not powerless. We are powerful. And we are powerful through our small acts, but you must make it a point to take care of yourself. Sometimes it's a good idea to check out of social media, check out of the news. Go care for your people, go care for yourself. And it's not selfish to say, I need to take care of myself. I need to press pause on some of these things that, maybe I could set aside temporarily. If you can do some of the things that you like doing as an additional source of income for yourself, I think that's a good idea too. If you're able to disconnect from traditional forms of raising finances, if you have extra money, I highly encourage you to donate to mutual aid. Use your libraries. There's lots of resources at libraries. Those need our support. If we're going to keep them, we got to use them. Make it a point to connect with people. If you see somebody that's on their own, maybe offer to buy them a cup of coffee and sit down and chat with them. Ask them how they're doing. It's okay to be real with them. Like, hey, what do you think about everything? Do you need anything? We get through all of this with community. And I say all that to say this is who we are as Americans. We stand united. Because when we're united, we stand up for each other. If we allow ourselves to be divided, we all fall. I'm not interested in going down. When I swore an oath to my country to defend our nation from all enemies, both foreign and domestic, I meant it. I swore an oath to the Constitution and to follow lawful orders when I was in the service. Thankfully I was never given an unlawful order, but I was fully ready to accept the consequences of declining to follow an unlawful order. If you're in the military, please make sure that you are very well informed about your pathways to go down if you are given unlawful orders. Remember that during the Nuremberg trials, I was just following orders was not an acceptable defense. You never want to be in a position to turn fire on your fellow man, your fellow American. I know you guys are in a rough spot, and I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. Right now, the enemy is from within. It's our government. It is the elected leaders, the Republican Party. It is so many members of the Democratic Party establishment that are failing us. I'm not saying, so I don't mean to make them out to be an enemy full stop. I just mean when they take actions against American citizens, or they have the power to stop what's happening, and they stand by and do nothing, they are complicit. When you have the force of a position in power, your decision to not use that power to the extent that you have the ability to do so, to stop an action that is unlawful, is unconstitutional, and violates your duty, if you do not act, you are a traitor to the Americans that voted for you, that support you, and that honor and respect your lawfully elected office. We have to beat fascism. We do that by strengthening our communities by nonviolent action. We stand up for our fellow man. We insist that the law, the just laws, be enacted by the guidelines that the law provides, and that people's rights are honored. It is ridiculous that we've been watching what's been happening for 8 months, and I'm sorry, but so many of my countrymen are so confused about who's on the wrong side of this and who's on the right side. People that are siding with the Republicans in government right now, that are going along with fascist rule, yes, fascist rule, they are wrong. That is the wrong position. You have to side with American people that expect that their government be the servants of the public. And that is not what's happening right now. It is utter destruction. They have ruined our trade partnerships. They have engaged in unilateral tariffs. They have been engaged in a quota-based kidnapping scheme. They have deprioritized going after serious criminals. Like, they have deprioritized going after people that engage in human trafficking so they can do mass deportations. They're going after people that largely are not a problem for the populace at all. Like, if they had committed a crime, we have the legal system available. Like, if they commit a crime that is, they break the law, you go get them through the legal process. Judge's orders, right? With a warrant, bench warrant, or what have you. But that's not what's happening. They're just snatching people up. They're dividing families. They're committing violence against people. I've seen multiple stories lately where they fired on someone in Chicago I don't remember if that person was killed or not. They beat up an old man in Van Nuys. Yes, was that yesterday or today? They went after people. He was just telling them, like, listen, these people are legally documented to be here. They brutalized the staff. This is wrong. This is the wrong way to govern and to insist on insane things. Like, you're not allowed to say anything mean about our favorite podcaster who was a hateful person. He shouldn't have been assassinated, but he spread hate. He was a stochastic terrorist, just like Donald Trump, just like Ben Shapiro, just like the clowns at Fox News, OAN, Newsmax. None of these are serious, credible mouthpieces for factual information. And they stoke violence. They've been stoking violence. They've been attacking democratic cities, democratic states, and doing violence. Invading the cities with the military, who stand around for $1 million a day picking up trash, and that's it. It's not... It's a violation of the emoluments clause. This president has committed over 19 high crimes and misdemeanors since he took office again, which, according to the Constitution, he should not have been able to get sworn in again because of the insurrection. Let's not forget Charlie Kirk was an insurrectionist. But I digress. Take care of yourselves. That's the message.